known for his prowess on the basketball court, but our next guest is a successful businessman, an author, a movie producer, philanthropist, and much, much more. And now, Dwyane Wade is adding podcaster to his resume. He teamed up with iHeart Podcasts about a week ago and launched The Why with Dwyane Wade. It's a weekly show featuring intimate conversations with pioneers in sports, fashion, music, and business. We are very pleased to have with us NBA legend, Hall of Famer, and three-time NBA champion Dwyane Wade. Dwyane, thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Good morning. Y'all get up like this every day.
We do.
But you're trying to take our job, it sounds like. So, you know, I see you got a whole round table, right?
Yeah, I had a round table with Dirk and Tony and Powell. That was my first podcast interview that I've ever done, and I got a chance to do it at the Hall of Fame with some of the greatest players ever.
But a little later in the day.
Little later in the day, after doing a lot of media, so my brain was woke. But I appreciate it. You know, the podcast something is something that a lot of people are getting into, and I wanted to get into it as well at this time in my life, and it's really to talk about people's whys. You know, I feel that understanding and knowing your why in life is very important. And so the name of my podcast is The Why with Dwyane Wade, and actually has another double entendre, is because my whole life people has misspelled my name. They've always put the A before the Y. It's the Y before the A. And so I wanted to make sure that I claim my why as well in my name. And so that's the go, The Why with Dwyane Wade.
Is it because the curiosity factor? I mean, trying to figure out what makes people successful, what makes them the greatest of all time?
Yes, I've been playing basketball my entire life. And, I went to school in the middle of playing basketball. My education, probably is greater in the game of basketball than anything else. And so my greatest tool and my greatest schooling right now is other people's experience. One of my professors, I say right now in business school, his name is Ryan Smith. He's one of my professors because we're business partners, but I'm learning so much from him. And so I look at him as like, okay, if I was in school, this would be a professor that really has helped me and guided me. And so, yes, learning from others, learning from their experiences is how is how I gain my knowledge as well.
There's a lot of people who learn from you, too. I don't know if everyone realizes you went to Harvard and completed a program there on business and sports and entertainment.
Yeah.
And there's actually a case study on Dwyane Wade where everybody learns through you. What's in that case study?
I believe that case study, shout out to Harvard for the BIMS program that's ran by one of the most amazing teachers, Anita. One of the case studies was dealing with I was with Stans, the socks company. So it was dealing with that partnership and, did I do the right thing? What should I have done? I think it also covered maybe my shoe deal at the time as well. I signed a shoe deal, with Li Ning. I have my own brand. I think it dealt with that. So it was just a case study around my businesses. And it's been cool to go back in different years to sit in the classroom and hear what the students have to say, like what they would have done differently, what I should have done. That everyone have their own way into business and into thinking about, how to structure deals, and it's not all the same.
What's been the best deal you've made, and what do you think has been the biggest mistake and the lesson of it?
The best deal I've made, well, in retirement or in life?
Sure, in life. We'll take life.
The best deal I've made is to, when I was a kid, I talked to the big guy and I told him who I was going to be if my family ever got out of the crisis that we were in. That's the best deal I made with the big guy. And I'm trying to hold that to be true, and all the things that my family stand for, all the things we do in the community. So that's the best deal I've made. But in retirement, being able to have relationships with, like I said, with Ryan Smith, to be a part of the Utah Jazz, to be a part of Real Salt Lake and the Utah Royals and all these places, it's teaching me a lot about different industries and sports that I play, but maybe not know the other side. And so that's probably been one of the best things that I've done so far.
Just on the worst deal you've ever made, we ask a lot of investors that all the time, because I think a lot of time people learn more from their mistakes than from their successes.
Yeah.
What's a deal that maybe you learned something the hard way?
I've been in court in my life. I've been sued in my life. So I've had a couple of failed restaurant ventures that has led me in court for lawsuits. But really not doing my due diligence, really not having the right people around me to protect me from the vultures of the world. And so I've done some bad deals. I've done some things that I've learned from that has landed me in court. So very, very bad deal.
When was that deal that you made? Were you in high school when you made the deal with the big guy to be? And was it about being a great basketball player, or just by being a great personal. What was the deal that you made? What was it you wanted to be?
No, I was my sister and I. When I was young, I was between 5 to 8 years old. We shared a bed. We lived in Chicago, Illinois, and every night she would tell me to pray, and she would always tell me to ask God for what I wanted. It was always be direct. And in the midst of asking him for what I wanted to help my family. I wanted to be the one to help my family get out of the community that we were in. And in the midst of that, I always talked about, well, if you do this, big guy, these are the things that I'm going to do. And I've tried to hold those pillars true in the midst of, going through life and learning life.
Basketball, I mean, obviously helped you avoid a lot of your goals made a lot of the trouble kids get into. You can't do that if you're going to be was it basketball or just success, or how do we repeat this again and again and again for kids?
Well, I mean, basketball was my journey, and it's a great journey. Obviously, every kid won't have the same opportunity. In the community that I come from, I think you talked about my production company. And right now we have Barbara of Little Rock, which we executive produce.
Congratulations! It just got an Oscar nod.
Thank you. Yes, I mean,
nomination for this is unbelievable.
I so appreciate it. My company, the 59th and Prairie, we're just highlighting. We're just a part, but the story is where you can make change. And I think if you follow that story, it's about it's following a young man named Arlo Washington. And he's about creating opportunities. He's about building community. And to build community, you have to build people. And to build people, you need capital. And so, just understanding that in my community, it's not everyone can't make it to the NBA. But if we can do what Arlo Washington is doing, if we can build our community, if we can provide capital. Yes. So I just thought it was amazing. I mean, a man who's providing opportunities, sending individuals through barber school, also opening up a nonprofit loan fund to be able to build his community through people. That's how we get to that change.
How did you find him?
He found me, let's say that. The producers, Christine and John, I think people are understanding the ethos of 59th and Prairie and everything that we want to be a part of and accomplish. And so they reached out to us about the story, and it reminded me of growing up in Robbins, Illinois, where I grew up at. And it's the same act, just in a different place. And so I really wanted to highlight this injustice, that's going on in our communities when it comes to, the wealth gap.